As anticipated, Georgia is playing a large role in the congressional hearings on the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. Last night, a Capitol police officer and Georgia native testified about being caught in the violent chaos that day as she attempted to hold back the crowd. Joe Hinkie joining us with a look at her testimony and the role that lawmakers say Georgia will play in these upcoming hearings, Joe.
Well, Jennifer, throughout the month, several more hearings are planned. Last night, though, we heard from Carolyn Edwards, an Atlanta native, University of Georgia graduate, and now U.S. Capitol police officer.
I was an American, standing face to face with other Americans, asking myself how many times, many times, how we had gotten here.
U.S. Capitol Police Officer Carolyn Edwards struggles to understand why January 6th played out as it did, and she still struggles to watch video, she says, of the riot. Last night, though, she put that aside.
What I saw was just a war scene. It was something like I had seen out of the movies. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Edwards, seen here from an officer's body camera, testified about being surrounded by bloodied officers, being beaten herself, suffering a traumatic brain injury, and being knocked unconscious. But when she came to, she kept fighting to defend the Capitol. Republican Congresswoman and January 6th committee member Liz Cheney Thursday previewed much of the evidence the committee will present to the public in upcoming hearings, including the role Georgia played.
Giuliani communicated demonstrably false and misleading statements to courts, lawmakers, and the public at large in his capacity as lawyer for former President Donald J. Trump and the Trump campaign in connection with Trump's failed effort at re-election in 2020.
She referenced Trump's lawyers, including Rudy Giuliani, spreading the big lie of unsupported election fraud claims in Georgia and other key states. And she detailed testimony expected from top Georgia election officials Brad Raffensperger and Gabriel Sterling. And Secretary of State Raffensperger and Gabriel Sterling received subpoenas to testify the week of June 20th. Georgia was mentioned several other times connected to other evidence the committee plans to show and was the only state lawmakers specifically named during last night's hearing. The next two hearings are scheduled for this coming Monday and Wednesday, both at 10 a.m. Sheba.